So, number 2, I want to talk about the greatest man to have ever lived, Austin Aries. It's interesting to me because the first time I remember seeing him, Ring of Honor had started this Generation Next stable, and everyone thought that the breakout guy, or the only real breakout guy, was going to be Alex Shelley, and then some people said Roderick Strong. Jack Evans was more the high spot, acrobatic kind of guy, but very, very entertaining to watch. And Aries was a phenomenal talent himself. And fast forward to 2011, and Tough Enough was making its comeback. And it was very interesting to me that Austin Aries applied or auditioned to be on Tough Enough and was rejected. And it was very public knowledge. He even acknowledged it himself on his YouTube channel. And it made me see red, and it made me think, this is a guy that over the past however so many years has really improved. He's not just a guy, this isn't just another IWC favourite. This isn't another independent guy who can wrestle 5-star matches and have these technical wrestling classics, whatever that's supposed to mean, guy. This is a guy that is a very, very solid and very excellent worker, a guy that's worked on his look, a guy that carries himself like a star, a guy that has charisma, a guy that knows how to talk, a guy that really could contribute to your company, yet you don't want him. You would turn him down, but rather have Andy Levine, the guy who ends up winning, and you're released a year later. I never quite understood it. And then I had my own theory as to why, and it was, if anyone watched NXT when it first started, my belief was they were going to have a very real life version of the Daniel Bryan angle in NXT, where you were going to have a guy that was so talented and so well known, all the independent wrestling fans are probably going to watch, and there's enough material of him on YouTube, so all the WWE fans who may have not necessarily heard of him are going to start typing him in and seeing him, and it's going to be so obvious that this is the best guy of your bunch that if he doesn't win, it's ridiculous. And they were going to have this real life Daniel Bryan angle take place, and I believe the WWE didn't want that, and that was why he was not selected for the final 12, I think it was, for that show. And I can't imagine him getting flustered when they do the final 3, when they do the cuts. I can't imagine him getting flustered or being at a loss for words. He's very, very quick and very, very sharp. So it was a very interesting time, and the WWE, in my opinion, dropped the ball on him. And now you fast forward to almost a year later, he's with TNA. He's had the longest reign with the X Division title, I believe. The fans are really in support of him. They know he's good. They know he's good in all areas. They know this guy carries himself like a star. And it was quite a thing to see not too long ago on Impact, to see Hulk Hogan actually endorse him and actually put him over verbally. Something Hogan should have been doing for a while with a lot of young talent. But it was nice to finally see him do that with Austin Aries of all people. And now Aries is going to be in a main event match against Robert Roode, or Bobby Roode, I think it's next week, I think. My timing's really bad. But it's interesting that here's a guy that may end up being one of the biggest steals of the year in Austin Aries, and WWE could have had him, and they dropped the ball with him. Then again, imagine if he did sign with that company. They would send him to Florida to teach him how to work. He would have a match. He might mess one thing up. They'll probably say, oh, you don't know how to work. Then they'll just have him treading water for a year. They'll give him a horrible name change. Probably some dumb name like Alex Kovacian. If there's a real Alex Kovacian, I apologise. Something stupid like that. They would have him lose for 6 months. Then they try and give him a push. He won't get the reaction, and they'll say, oh, well, this guy doesn't know how to get over. Well, as unfortunate as it was as him not getting into Tough Enough, it may have been for the best. I just wish that guy all the best, and that's just something I wanted to get out there. A bit of a rushed video and a bit of an unusual video, if you want to call it that. But people, write your comments and let me know what you think. Did WWE drop the ball with Austin Aries? How far can Aries go in TNA? And pretty much that. Write your comments. say whatever you want. And I will be back hopefully tomorrow morning. Take care.